So the current Discord challenge that we're doing is a bingo board. Link to the Discord in the description if you want to join. And what we do is we fill this 5x5 grid with random pets from Turtle Pack. And then the idea is for everyone to complete as many of the different teams as possible. So a team would be a row, a column, or a diagonal. And all the teams count backwards and forwards. So you could do fly at the back here with gorilla at the front, or you could do gorilla at the back with fly at the front. Probably not the best team to go for, but it's there. And then on top of the 5 squads, we've also got the other diagonals. So for instance here, this one going giraffe to tiger would be a 4 squad. And then a 3 squad, a 2 squad, and then eventually in the corners we just have the solo pets. Now yesterday Haps made a video going for this bottom row here with peacock and rabbit. And he mentioned in the video that if anyone was able to complete one of these solo pets, so any of the 4 corners here, then he would change his hat for a video. Now, if you've been watching Haps for a long time, you'll know that he has not changed his hat. I think he's maybe only done it once in the entire history of his channel. So that immediately piqued my interest. And although I did set the bingo board up myself, there's nothing in the rules that says I can't compete. So I immediately went into Arena to try and get one of these solos. So obviously a solo pet win with most of the options available to us is pretty unrealistic. So the way we're going to approach it is to play using an anonymous account. Now this is something that's been allowed with the Discord challenge for a long time, partly because some of the challenges are just super difficult, but also because we don't really want to exclude anyone. And some people just don't have normal accounts, they only play with a guest account. So here I'm going to show on screen the only indication in the whole game that there is matchmaking ELO for Arena. So if you hover over Arena, it says play against teams created by other players of similar skill. And the game doesn't reference this anywhere else. So you would be forgiven for not realizing that if you have a relatively new account, then you're not playing against experienced players. So, if you go and create a brand new account right now, you're not going to get matched with me or any of the other YouTubers because our accounts are so old and we're in a different bracket of Arena. Now, I think there are some circumstances, maybe when the pool is fairly empty, just after an update, where you can get matched between the pools, but we don't really have confirmation of any of that info. I'm just speculating. So the difference you'll find if you play on an anonymous account or just a new account is that it's very, very easy in comparison. I don't know how, I can't really put it any more diplomatically than that. And you'll kind of see that as we go. It's not surprising, when someone is brand new to a game, that they're not going to understand the best value options to be taking on every specific turn. And it does mean that if you have a base level of knowledge about how the game should be played, maybe from watching YouTube videos, it means that you can kind of win for free almost every single time. And the way we're going to do that here is just by piling stats onto the peacock. And we also got camel as well, which is incredibly good for tempo. And we're just going to play the 2 of them and try and win as quickly as possible. Now, we're setting up for the level ups for turn 7. We want to hit monkey, or we could potentially get cat on turn 9. And then we're just going to try and get the peacock as close to 50-50 as quickly as we can, and then hope that garlic peacock or melon peacock can just sweep a low-statted team. And you will find that there are a lot of teams, especially in the earlier turns before the double digits, that just have pets with very low stats, and the person is just leveling those pets. So they're very rarely buying scalers, they're very rarely buying food. Here's a perfect example. Hippo at the back with level 1 camel in front of it. Generally, it's like I think beginner players tend to more focus on replacing pets rather than investing into existing pets, which is something that the game probably it's probably counterintuitive that you should be able to sell a lower tier pet like a tier 1 and then buy a higher tier pet and immediately it would be better. Whereas in a lot of situations, if you get the good scaling going, it's better to just keep the huge unit that you already have than to immediately swap it. Of course, that's not like that's not a hard and fast rule, but for our purposes here, it definitely is. So here's another one. You know, each unit has been leveled up, but there's no scaling to speak of whatsoever. Maybe 1 or 2 salads purchased here or there, but the solo peacock is going to take care of that team very easily. So now we're actually on 9 wins on a perfect game. So we just sell everything, and I'm just going to buy every food item that I can to get the peacock statted up to the max. It's not going to get to 50-50 because we're only on turn 10. But yeah, we'll just buy the cupcake as well to try and force the win right now. Now, the later you go, the more competent the teams become. There definitely are people in this bracket who probably should be moved up, but they just haven't played enough games yet. And luckily we face one that only has a level 1 penguin, kind of fitting that the penguin is the final pet that the peacock knocks out. So there you go, Haps, there's your solo peacock win. Now, how many attempts did it take me to actually get this in the beginner bracket? So we're going to quickly check the replays. There's the win at the top. It was 7 games total, and every single game went to 9 wins. Alright, now let's take a look at the hats that we could potentially make Haps wear. So yeah, if I just search for penguin here, you can see that we already have old top hat selected, which is Haps's default hat. And now we can have a look through. Now, I'm not sure exactly how these are arranged. I'm not sure if it's free ones first and then paid ones at the end, but there are so many options. It's actually been quite a while since they added any new hats to the game, but when there are this many already, maybe that's fair enough. And yeah, these 3 here are probably my favourites, the traffic cone, bucket and plunger, but I think all of those are paid. Maybe the halo, I'm not sure about that one. It would be kind of funny to make him have the egg on your face type hat. And he did mention in the Discord that he really doesn't want Tengu mask. So I think maybe we'll exclude that one. Folded newspaper, I really like that one as well, but I think that is also paid. And it might be a little bit too harsh to make him pay for a hat he's only going to use once. So let me know in the comments below, which hat would you make Haps wear if you were making this decision?